section's about why not backing up is not an option. In the immortal words of that 70s show co-star and bourbon pitch person, Mila Kunis, always have a backup plan. In this short lesson, I'm going to attempt to convince you that it's vital to develop good backup habits and protect your valuable work. See, computer systems, and especially disk drives, along with what's on them, fail. They just do. Hard disks can ask to be initialized after working fine for years. Solid-state drives suddenly begin crashing on startup. Even your Mac itself can fail, rendering all of its files inaccessible. Now, while most Apple gear is 99+% reliable most of the time, I found that when your Mac does break, it almost always does so at the most inopportune and unexpected times. And that is why I say backing up isn't optional. Computers and hard disks follow their own kind of Murphy's Law. They fail most often when you're approaching a deadline and you need to be ready. Backing up is the only solution. Now, backing up your files not only protects your work from disaster, it's also insurance for files. You wouldn't drive your car without insurance. Why would you operate your computer without a reliable backup? Backing up is one of those things you just gotta do regularly, whether you like it or not. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. While they're both kind of inconvenient to do every day, the consequences of not doing either aren't pleasant. So, if you don't brush your teeth, they're going to rot and fall out, and it'll be ugly. If you don't back up your data, everything you've got, all your precious memories, your movies, your half-written novel, your financial records, everything will be gone. Okay? I'm serious. This is bad stuff. So this section contains everything you're going to need to know to ensure that your files will be safe and sound, whether your Mac dies, your startup disk dies, or whatever. You'll be ready. Picture this. You've slaved for days. You've worked on this project for weeks. It's 9 in the morning. You're scheduled to present at 10 o'clock. It's the best work you've ever done. You're feeling awesome. And you get ready to print the final draft. You've saved often, your masterpiece is secure, and all of a sudden, the office lights flicker. I wish I could make the lights flicker. All right, the office lights flicker, and then they go out. And when the power comes back on, you hear the comforting ding as your Mac comes back to life. You breathe a sigh of relief, but then your heart drops because you're staring at a flashing question mark, and your Mac doesn't know it's even got a hard disk. After a deep breath, you shut everything off and restart. Powering up the external drive first to allow it to spin up. You cross your fingers, you power up the Mac, your palms are sweating, you haven't backed up in a couple of days, and it's now 9:20. So only a backup is the kind of insurance that you have that will work here. If you'd backed up your hard disk, you'd stride confidently into the presentation without a second thought. Without a backup, well, you're in deep doo-doo. Backing up can be as simple as copying your most important files from one disk to another in the Finder. It's easy, it's inexpensive, and it won't work because you have to remember to do it, and you won't. All right, so if you're like me and you have hundreds of thousands of files on your disk, you're going to need an automated system that does it for you. Remember, there are only two kinds of Mac users, those who have lost data and those who are going to lose data. I'm going to say it again before the end of this section because it's really that important. Lucky for you, losing data in a crash can be painless. All you need is a good recovery plan and a reliable, redundant backup system. Those who do rarely, if ever, lose even one drop of precious data, so just do it. The lessons that follow contain everything you need to know about backing up, as well as suggestions from 25 years of doing it about strategies and specific products that just work. But before we even start, let me quote myself one last time, or at least last time for this lesson. There's only two kinds of Mac users, those who have lost data and those who are going to lose data. In lesson 2, we're going to explore backup considerations and strategies so you won't be the kind that loses data. Onward.